Shalom, shalom, family. It's your brother Hezekiah back at it with another exhortation and motivation, revealing the wicked. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory and praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. That's the most high God of Israel's only begotten Son, who world calls Jesus Christ. Right? I'm going to give a double honors to all the elders from the house of David and all the elders worldwide. Shalom. I'm going to give another mighty shalom and shout out to all the brothers, right? Or the brews out there in the highways, the byways, the street corners, the hoods, right? Proclaiming the gospel, pushing this truth, magnifying the Lord to their best of their ability. Shalom. And I want to give a mighty shalom and shout out to the women and children that's praying, fasting, giving alms, keeping the commandments and the faith of the Black Messiah, Yahweh Mashiach. Shalom. All praise to the Most High. We're just going to jump straight right in it. Quick little lesson. I want to land back of the last lesson I did with a couple videos. So let's just jump straight right in. All right. Let me share my screen. All right. American rancher exposes what happens when big fool buys out his friend's small farm. Small farm gets bought out. Within 1 year, 10 additional vaccines were being used on the animals. Next, mRNA vaccines are to be implemented on the cattle. Traces of mRNA vaccines being found in the meat. So I know a kid who I'm not gonna say his name, but he works out a feedlot in Nebraska, and he says that they got bought out 2 years ago by a company. So all they were kind of doing, keeping up good animal husbandry. Obviously, they did vaccines and antibiotics and hormones and stuff like that. And that's what they do. That's fine. But anyways, they got bought out by this company. He said that they got with it within the first year. They were using 10 more vaccines than they were previously with the other owners. And then he heard the talk of the mRNA vaccine. Now, let me briefly touch on this mRNA vaccine. Did you know that this mRNA vaccine is targeted and is made to attack us, the Israelites, the blacks and Hispanics, right? To alter our DNA, right? To make us sick. And also, it is to sterilize the men. And it's also another way for women to have less children, right? Reading on, they're going to start implementing that into their feedlots and their cattle. So what does that do for humans? Well, I posted a reel. The USDA came out with a study on pigs because pigs were the first thing to be trialed with the mRNA vaccines. That's why the Lord says, in the swine, because it divided the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean unto you. Flesh you should not eat or touch his dead carcass. They did a trial on 500 pigs, I believe, is what it was. Within the first couple of weeks, they had about 100 of them die. Wow. They were pretty much starving themselves out because they had gotten so sick. Now you're wondering why you sick. Diarrhea, dehydration, just it was very detrimental to their health. Yeah. Wow. And so if you we're not gonna play this video though, but and so if you take that and look at it and they analyze the pigs after they had died, check them out, seeing what the cause of death was, they will find traces of the vaccine inside the meat. You see that? We're dealing with a diabolical, evil, wicked, sneaky little devil, Esau, man. Trying to kill us through our food, unalive us, delete us from the food that we eat. We are revealing the wicked today. Part 1. Let's move on. You can't make this shit up. Excuse my language. Here we go. Hold on. We're just going to play the video.
Statistic sheet about mRNA vaccines in live animals, and why this is a concern not only as a consumer but as a producer as well. They took 525 hogs, injected them with a live mRNA vaccine, and in 21 days, these were the statistics. 25 of them suffered from death, 55 of them became so anorexic that they were near death, 20 of them suffered from lameness, 12 of them suffered from loss of condition, and 25 more of them had near-death symptoms. So we have 70% of these animals that are going to be okay to an extent, and then we have 30% of them that either have died or have near-death symptoms. They did autopsies on the ones that had passed away, and they still found remnants of the live virus vaccine inside the meat of these animals. So from a consumer standpoint, we have to worry about a live virus being inside of our meat that we're putting inside of our bodies. And as a producer standpoint, we have to worry about the health of our animals that can ultimately destroy us, destroy our herd, and destroy our business altogether.
You see that? Hold on. Let's continue. Let Esau keep revealing his own wicked brothers.
I'm interested to see what y'all think about this, so make sure you
it's wicked. It's madness. That's what we think about it. The Israelites. It's crafty counsel. Right? And it's only happening so the WEF, right, could start their little the little, what was it called? Salakia. So they could start their artificial food shortage, little worldwide little operation thing, Salakia. Right? So these people are wicked, man. Let's get a precept. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, verse 13. And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I drive them. You see, our bread, our meat, our foods, our vegetables, our fruits, the starches, the cereal, the grain, anything, it can be defiled. And we just see, man, they're targeting farms. They are targeting farms. What you think is organic, what you think is farm raised, farm fed, whatever you want to put it, is being defiled by these mRNA vaccines and whatever they want to inject into this livestock, this cattle. Let's get another precept. Ezekiel 16, verse 27. Behold, therefore, I have stretched out my hand over you and have diminished thy ordinary food. Right? Back in the land, back in the ancient times, back when we was on top, right? We used to eat our own food that we grew, our own food that we planted, our own food that we harvested and reaped. Now we dependent on this damn animal, man, this damn beast, man, this damn troglodyte, man, to feed us. What the Lord say in Deuteronomy 28:48? We gotta serve him for the want of all things. And guess what? He could poison us by doing that. Read it on. And delivered thee unto the will of them that hate thee. Exactly. Right? They hate us. So they're going to try to unalive us with the food because they know Jake loved to eat. Let's get another precept. Hosea 9:3. Hosea 9 verse 3. They should not dwell in Yahweh's land. Right? We got kicked out. Right? Scatter all over. But Ephraim shall return to Egypt, and they should eat unclean things in Assyria. Right? That happened back then, but it's happening now. We eating unclean things. Can't make this up, man. That's why we need to, first and foremost, we need to eat moderately. We got to check the labels. We got to eat smart, right? And pray over our food, man. Ask the Lord to let it not to be diminishing your body, but the nurturing of it, right? Through the Spirit. Lord willing, give us that grace and that mercy. Let's move on to the next. This happened a couple days ago, the 9th of July, right? Breaking news by a doctor. Come on now. Colorado government declared a state of emergency because H5N1 bird flu has been detected with the fake PCR test at one farm. This activates the state's emergency ops plan and frees additional resources. So our chickens are catching the BF in Colorado. What do you think else is happening that they're not reporting? Right? So we got to watch out for our chickens, our steaks, our burgers, our lamb, our bison, right? Anything. We ain't got to worry about the pork, man. But, we got wicked. We got Jake out there that don't know the commandment of pork. So they're going to be jammed up, man. We are revealing the wicked. Right? Let's move on. Here we go. Let me check this out. Let's see if it's a video. Let's watch this video.
Ever seen in my up to the big ag, big pharma conglomerate house. This is one of the most corrupt things I've ever seen in my life. They are putting this stuff in our food. They're not telling us about it. And what about informed consent? What about Nuremberg?
Just like I just said, right? Colorado got a report of the BF and the chickens, right? It could be the whole West Coast right now, or states surrounding Colorado, and it's just going to spread. They don't have to tell us this.
I mean, you can't give people medicine without doing that, but they're using loopholes in the federal law to get away with this. Our only way to know what's in this food is to pass a bill like this. Guys, this is cause and died suddenly. And by the way, we know now, I've got a paper talking about using milk, ingestible. We've got ingestible. One of the things that everybody said, well, it'll break down in the stomach. It won't matter. That's not true. I've got the science. I've got the papers. I've got the documents. They have developed mechanisms to get this through the digestive system. We don't know what it works on entirely. We don't know how. We don't have all the information. But what I can say, absolute certainty, there are mechanisms to get vaccines into your system through your stomach. There are ingestible vaccines. They can do it. We don't know all the details yet, but what we do know is that this is a big deal.
So there you have it. I mean, this is not conspiracy theory, y'all. We have to get up. We have to wake up. All right? So you guys, make sure you share this video. Make sure you're contacting your congressman. If you live in another state and this is, make sure you send the bill that we have to your congressman and let them know. You guys, you have to get involved with these politics. We have to. We just have to. Right? Because they're weaponizing the politics, and we're just saying, don't be involved in politics, and don't talk about the politics. And that is really going to put us in the trick bag. And I don't think you're going to like where that ends up. In total, 100% tyranny. Okay? And parents, please start parenting your children. Moms, please get back home with the kids. Everyone start trying to live off of one income, right? That's the only way we're going to win, is if we take our families back, okay? Make sure if you guys, are new around here, you hit that thumbs up.
So you see that? Let me see if I can read something real quick for y'all. Oh man, hold on. All right, check this out. So it's a Missouri House bill. We gotta read this. All right. This bill specifies that any product that acts as or exposed to processes that could result in the product potentially acting as a gene therapy or that could possibly impact, alter, or introduce genetic material or a genetic change, I brought this out earlier, into the user of the product or certain other people must be conspicuously labeled with the words potential gene therapy product. So they're going to start putting these on the labels. I mean, they're going to start labeling this on the products. Just like how they put the damn ingredients, they're going to have this on there. That's crazy. And people, people just going to walk right past. They ain't even going to read it because they worried about the price, right? Instead of the quality and value of what they eating. Read it on. And reasonable steps must be taken to ensure a potential purchaser or user and made aware of the presence of this label. If a product is known to be gene therapy product, the product must be conspicuously labeled with the words gene therapy product. Let's look up this word, man. You so tricky with these words, man. It must be okay. Well, praises to the Most High in a clearly visible way. Okay, it could be what it say on a damn cigarette boxes. It causes cancer, but people still buy it. So you think this is gonna matter? Gene therapy product on a damn chicken and steak and whatnot, right? The Missouri. This is only Missouri. What about the other 49 states, man? Missouri House Bill 1169, also known as Product Disclosures, was a bill that would have regulated products that could alter a person's genome. The bill will have required products that could act as gene therapy or potentially impact genetic material to be labeled as such. Slovakia. This bill specifies that any product that acts as or exposed to processes that can result in a product potentially acting as a gene therapy or that could possibly impact, alter, or introduce genetic material or genetic change into the use of the product or certain other people must be visibly labeled, right? This is crazy. This is crazy. Let's get a preset. It's the book, 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine, right? Beginning of famine. The beginning of scarcity of clean, safe food to eat. Right? Read it on. And great death, right? It could cause death. Our food being vaccine, our food being injected, right, with these poisons, right? That could alter, right, your genes, your DNA. Read it on. The beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? We need to pray, keep these commandments, repent, fast, gather more, right? Be on fire. All right. Let's move on. That's stuff regarding our food, man. I want to bring out what happened a couple of days ago. All right. Let's talk about the synagogue of Satan. Right? Let's talk about the synagogue of Satan. You see it. These the chosen people? Huh? Sure. Small hats, Emelech, right? Eliphaz sons, cult leaders, sentenced for kidnap of 2 New York kids, including a child bride and twisted sex scheme. Oh no. Right? Leaders of the small hat fundamentalist cult were sentenced to 14 years behind bars for kidnapping 2 kids, including a child bride. Wow. Then smuggling them into Mexico. Right? We know who the president of Mexico is now. All right, do your research. 3 brothers who are members of the Levy Tahar sect forced the 12-year-old girl back into the arms of her adult husband in a sickening and sophisticated sex scheme. Now, you know, in the Talmud, it's lawful, right? But child intercourse, man, as young as a 3-year-old. That's facts. A group of zealots who practice stomach churning habits like child marriages and underage sex and family separations. This is madness. This is sick. This is sick. All right. Let's get the classic, man. It's the book of Revelations. Chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. We are rich. Right? Let's get the precept for how we rich. It's the book of James, chapter 2, verse 5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not God chosen the poor? Who's the poor? We are. Isaiah 14:32. Of this world, rich in faith, right? And heirs of the kingdom, which he had promised to them that love him, right? It's very vital that we love the Most High. We do that by keeping his commandments. Right? Let's go back to Revelations 2:9. Right? I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them that which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. They are the synagogue of Satan. How many more demons, devils are doing this throughout the whole world? It's got to be more. And this is what Pyro's hidden tunnels was all about at the Shabalovich, right? That's it on that. Jump to the next subject. All right. Check this out. Check this out. Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. But look how just it's gonna be an interview out there. Miss She-Shaw talk, right? Just look how the Lord made Esau just his own tongue fall on himself, right? Just listen.
More bad news for the U.S. dollar as Russia lays out plans for an independent BRICS financial system. That means that more of the world's money will just go around the U.S. economy that is already limping, in pain, and insolvent. Now, why are they doing that? Because the U.S., we did it to ourselves. We sanctioned our way out of the game. Talk about shooting yourself in the foot. Now, over the weekend, speaking at the 12th World Peace Forum in Beijing, the Russian ambassador to China, Igor Morgulov, said this: "We are leaving the space dominated by the dollar and developing mechanisms and tools for a truly independent financial system. Its creation is not possible in the near future, but the steps taken in this direction are obvious." Now, he said that the countries that are game for this new system outside of the US dollar are Brazil, Russia, obviously, India, China, South Africa, Ethiopia, Iran, and Egypt. We've also seen interest from other countries such as Argentina. Now, why would they do this? Well, because the US has not been a neutral arbiter of international trade. On the contrary, we're a bully. Here's what Russian state media TASS says, that the U.S. uses sanctions and dollars as a weapon for political goals. That is true. The quote at the bottom, he says, "The United States and its allies use illegal unilateral sanctions as a tool of coercion against those like Russia who do not agree with the use of the dollar as a weapon to achieve political goals." Now, it's hard to argue against that. We, in fact, do this, even though it's against our better interest. Why? Well, recently, Representative Thomas Massey told Tucker Carlson that being the world's currency allows us to survive this incredibly high national debt that we run on this clock behind me at this very moment, right? Why can we operate with a national debt like that? Because of our privilege of being the world's currency. But we don't take that privilege very seriously. We weaponize it. And if we don't stop that, then we have to actually deal with this debt behind me. Here's how he explains it. Watch.
Right now, we're able to finance it because we're the world's reserve currency.
Right. Did you know that there's a specific 2,000-year-old Korean food that you can eat to help get rid of your heartburn naturally? And did you know that acid reflux and heartburn affect nearly 1/3?
And when we print more money, which we're doing all the time, the Fed is doing that, we're actually taxing the world. Everybody in the world who holds dollars gets like a 3% transaction fee. I say we're kind of like the credit card at the gas station that gets 3% because you're using that credit card.
Right.
Well, we get 3% from inflation we cause because the world is using our currency. And we can do that as long as they use our currency. But I think it's going to end. At some point, they're going to quit using our dollars as reserve currency. I mean, I watched your interview with Putin, and one of the things, whether you hate him or not, one of the things he said that is true is when we sanctioned him, before we sanctioned Russia, 70% of their transactions were in US dollars. And after the sanctions, it's less than 20% of their transactions are in US dollars. So what we're doing with all these sanctions, ironically, we're shooting ourselves in the foot every time we sanction a country and say you can't use our currency to have a transaction. We're taking away our ability to charge them 3% for that transaction, because when we print 3% more dollars, we're just taking that money.
And we're also sending a really clear signal, which is the dollar's not safe for you.
Right.
It's the reserve currency because it's a safe haven, because it's a stable country. It's the most stable country in the world, and we're not going to weaponize the dollar because that would be shooting ourselves. But suddenly we are.
And they'll tolerate like 3% because we're not backed by dollars. We're backed by aircraft carriers right now. So they'll sort of tolerate that 3%. But one of the things we recently did in Congress, we passed something called the Repo Act, where we said we're just going to seize all of Russia's sovereign assets in the United States. Well, it turns out a lot of that is treasury debt that they've agreed to buy so that they can hold dollars. And here's the problem with that. When people see that we've seized their money that they gave us in exchange for these treasury notes, then other countries won't want to buy our debt. It's already happening. And the price of a long-term bond that the treasury puts out it's already gone above 4%. It's like over 4.5%. And they don't want to buy them anymore because, we probably wouldn't seize Great Britain's assets, but I could see us seizing China's assets.
That seems like theft. Just like take a country's assets. That belongs to the people of the country, right? It's not just Putin.
It is theft. Like, it's immoral, but even if you're okay with the amorality or immorality of it, it's short-sighted because eventually it'll catch up with us.
So do any of the dumbos you work with understand that? Did you say, wait a second, if we do this, first of all, it's wrong. And if we're going to be a beacon of light and order and justice in the world, we should abide by those principles. But even if you don't care about even if, as you said, you're amoral, like, it's self-defeating to do this. Do they understand that?
Some of them understand it, but it doesn't matter. They'll still vote for something like the Repo Act anyway because it's popular.
Okay.
Woo. Woo. That was deep, right? Let's play that back. Let's play that back, man. Just a little bit.
Something called the Repo Act, where we said we're just going to seize all of Russia's sovereign assets in the United States. Well, it turns out a lot of that is treasury debt that they've agreed to buy so that they can hold dollars. And here's the problem with that. When people see that we've seized their money that they gave us in exchange for these treasury notes, then other countries won't want to buy our debt. It's already happening. And the price of a long-term bond that the treasury puts out will go, it's already gone above 4%. It's like over 4.5%. They don't want to buy them anymore because, you know, we probably wouldn't seize Great Britain's assets, but I could see us seizing China's assets.
Why would, I mean, that seems like theft. Just like take a country's assets. I mean, that belongs to the people of the country, right? It's not just Putin.
It is theft. Like, it's immoral, but even if you're okay with the amorality or immorality of it, it's short-sighted because eventually it'll catch up with us.
So do any of the dumbos you work with understand that? Did you say, wait a second, if we do this, first of all, it's wrong. And if we're going to be a beacon of light and order and justice in the world, we should abide by those principles. But even if you don't care about even if, as you said, you're amoral, like, it's self-defeating to do this. Do they understand that?
Some of them understand it, but it doesn't matter. They'll still vote for something like the Repo Act anyway because it's popular.
Okay. So
basically, we were revealing a wicked. America is a corporation ran by robbers, thieves, and greedy people. Let's get this precept. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 4 in the GNT. So, like, let me show my screen. Bear with me. When the king, who's this king? And what we're speaking about right now, the king of Babylon. When the king is concerned with justice, the nation will be strong. Right? You think America stands on the Bible, even though the president puts his right hand and be sworn, puts his left hand and raises his right hand and be sworn into the office? Right? Then Tucker Carlson just said America's supposed to be this beacon of light, right? This country of morals, high morals, and doing the right thing. A hypocritical nation. When the king is concerned with justice, the nation will be strong. And that's exactly what's going to happen when Yahweh Shai come back. He's our king. He's going to destroy these kingdoms and set them in order. Right? And everything will be done in righteousness. Reading on. But when he is only concerned with money, he will ruin his country. And that's exactly what's going to happen, man. That's exactly what's going to happen. Right? You sanction people because they don't want to follow America. You sanction people because they want to go join BRICS, Salakia. Right? And when less people start using the money, they're going to high inflation, high taxes. Right? They stealing money from different countries, which means they stealing money from that people. And what's that's going to start a war. You're ruining the country, America, and all praises to the Most High. Let me get another precept. Salakia. Bear with me. I want to get Amos 5 and 11. I want to get in the NLT. Amos 5 and 11, the NLT. Right? Bear with me. You trample the poor. This is King Babylon. Stealing their grain through taxes and unfair rent. That's all I want on that. That's what they do, man. They trample the poor through taxes and unfair rent. That's exactly what's going to happen, man. When these countries are not dealing with America no more, man. Less people using the dollar. That means the economy is not going to boom. That means they're going to have to start oppressing us, man. Through taxes, unfair rent, inflation, right? Digital currency. So this is the world we living in these last days. Yep. This is the world we living in these last days. So we got to cleave onto the Lord. Let me get another precept. This second Esdras 9 and 20. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril, troubles, because of the devices that would come into it. Right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 13. The princes of Zoan are become fools. The princes of Noth are deceived, right? Right, spiritually today, that will be your politicians, right? You heard Tucker Carlson call them Dumbos, right? They don't know what they doing, but they doing it because right here, the next verse is gonna explain it. Verse 14. Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. Right? Passing bills to oppress the people for greed. That's a perverse spirit. Greed, lust, covetousness, fatness of the eyes, power. That's a perverse demonic spirit, man. Right? And have caused Egypt to earn every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Right? Get another precept. This is the book of Psalms 115, verse 9. Through all this, what we got to do? O Israel, trustest thou in Yahweh? He is their help and their shield. See that? How he's going to do that? How he's going to help us and be our shield? Salaki, bear with me. I'm going to get the Apocrypha, Salaki. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 33, verse 1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation, even again, he will deliver him. Right? No evil is going to overtake us, man. No evil is going to overtake us, right? Let me get that. No weapon formed us shall prosper. Right? Because they try to unalive us, man. And make us broke at the same time. You can't make this up, man. This is the book of Isaiah 54, verse 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. You hear that? It ain't gonna work, man. As long as we fear the Lord. And how we fear the Lord? It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2. We're going to start at verse 15. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word. They that love him will keep his ways. Verse 16, they that fear the Lord will seek that which is well, pleasing unto him. And they that love him shall be what? Filled with the law. See that? You got to be filled with the law, man. Standing stiffly for the law, unwavering, unmovable, right? Keeping his laws, having a faith in Yahweh Shai. We're going to be good, man. We ain't got to worry about this, the defiled food we eating. We ain't got to worry about being broke. The water is going to provide for us. We don't got to be worried about our sons and our daughters being kidnapped and SA. If you got ears to hear, you understand what SA is, right? We don't got to worry about any evils happening to us and our family. As long as we fear the Lord, keep these commandments and have the faith of Yahweh Shai, make sure we praying, fasting, right? Gathering. I even show my screen, Salakia, Israel. As long as we praying, fasting, right? Gotta be filled with the law. That's all I have for tonight. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I have for tonight through the Spirit. Salagia. There's been a little stoppage on the camp videos, but we got them coming out real soon. We got a couple of reviews we want to do through the Spirit. Lord willing, you see us at the hell at the harbor. Shout out to the brothers from Watchmen for Israel. Right, love them brothers. Salute to them brothers. Yeah, man, we just getting things in order in here. And Zion's elite. If you got any questions, concerns, you want to debate, need counsel, and you want to gather, if you be on your heart, Cash App, send an if you want to add anything, just drop it down in the comments. Lord willing, we'll be back Sunday. I got a lot to bring out. And I want to say this one thing. These last couple of weeks, we've been seeing agenda, crafty counsel of the promotion, the propaganda, the sorcery of woman empowerment, woman worship. What else can I say? Just woman witchcraft, right? You have the BET Awards, the OnlyFans records. That's what the BET Awards was presenting, the OnlyFans records, right? The stripper rapper awards, man. Just a bunch of twerking and wicked raps, man. Then you had the damn ESPY Awards. I believe that was last night, right? Just a award show, just a woman, just promoting women, just a celebration of women last night at the ESPY Awards, man. Right? I'm probably missing something else, but lately, and they pushing that agenda, man, with this woman thing, man. Right? A woman should surpass a man, right? America's all about worshiping the woman. You got the Statue of Liberty, you got the Virgin Mary, right? You got ISIS, you got even these Egyptology brothers talking about the woman as God, right? Even the LGBTQ is about woman, the woman agenda, man. Women's rights, right? Equal rights for the woman. I could be sexually liberated. Oh, 304s out there, right? We got the damn pop the balloon challenges, man. Right? They think the world revolves around them, right? And America, right, is making it like that. So we gotta be aware. I just wanted to say that real quick. Right? To get our nation right, we gotta get our women right. We gotta put the Black and Hispanic women in check, right? We have to get them in order, man. Get them back to their godly state as Judiths in the world, as Susannas, as Esthers, as Sarahs in this world, as Annas, as Marys in this world, you know? Lord willing, through the Spirit, we all get right. Yahweh shall come quickly, come bring us back home. Right? All praise to the Most High. We'll give all honor and glory and praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and Shalom.